What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the first episode of coverage of a game called Rezrog. If you haven't seen this game before, it's kind of a pen and paper tabletop dungeon diving roguelite. This game wears a lot of hats, and so will your character as you work your way through the game. Kind of an interesting little title, though, so I wanted to invite you all to check the game on out. It comes out in like a week or two. It's not going to come out for a little bit, but this is like the first access look at it. So let's check out Rezrog. I've played a little bit on my own, but I'm excited to play the game here with all of you today. So the basic way that Rezrog works is like every good RPG adventure, we start out in a tavern. Inside this tavern, we have a collection of characters. We have the mage, the archer, the paladin, all those archetypes that you would think that you would see in every single game. I personally am privy to the orcish rogue. I normally don't like rogues, but he's an orcish rogue, and for some reason that rubs me the right way. We've got a warrior, we've got a summoner, and then of course we've got the ever-present warlock. In today's episode, we're going to be playing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There's lots of stuff we can click inside of the room, but none of it's really going to matter for right now. Instead, I just want to show off this game so that you can see what it's all about. We'll start out with the warrior, I guess. We'll start out with something simple. The warrior starts with a sword and a shield. His main stat is Strength. Upon leveling up, the warrior's strength increases by So we got to click on the world map now, and it'll show us to our first dungeon, which is actually over by this polar bear. This polar bear has curated a dungeon for us that we can check out, and as we go through the game, we'll travel around the world, having adventures, clearing out the fog, and generally just doing random missions that they give us. So our first dungeon is Rescue the Prisoners. If you think we can handle that, well, if you say no, it's not really going to matter, because I'm going to do it. We're going to carry this thing on through. Every dungeon has a random event modifier that gets randomly selected. Damage done by air skills is up by 25%. I don't think we're going to have any air skills. Knowing warriors the way that I do, if we do have air skills, it's going to involve belching or farting. Let's walk on over to the weapons table. We'll get our sword and our board. So there it is. They get added to our little character token. This is a gas vent. Don't step on that. It will hurt you. That brazier doesn't do anything right there. So instead, let's click on this door and we'll check out what the dungeon has for us. I like to zoom out when I play this game. I feel like I get a better view when I do it like that. I love the fact that there's like cans of Coke and like dice and like pencils and little bits of paper and graph paper all over the place. It's great while you're playing the game, and it makes it super entertaining. And in fact, everything in the game is made out of paper. And so like these are little paper fold-ups that you can actually get the printouts for these online and just fold up like hundreds of them so that you can make your own little dungeons. There's a slime in here, and we're going to have to fight him. So now when we go into combat, we get 2 moves and an attack, as denoted down here in the bottom right-hand corner. So the moves are these little green ones right here, and then the yellow one is your attack. We're going to move to here. We're going to give him the stabbity. Take that, you nasty little booger-looking slime. Get up out of here, you Mucinex-fearing bastard. And so down he goes, he's been defeated, and we get 1 XP, and his little icon is removed from the table, but it actually just goes back there, just like you would do in real life if you're playing D&D with your friends. We can search this little barrel right here, and we get 5 healing potions out of the barrel. Our health is right here on the bottom left, Diablo style. Our mana's right there. We will get skills that we can use later on. A little bit of tea right there, maybe some coffee if you're into that sort of thing. This room has a rather large-looking rat inside of it. This little, I don't even know what you would call this. It's kind of like a pedestal or like a cairn or whatever. It's going to have a skill on it. So we've got a skill called Weapon Strike, which does 120% melee damage. Let's run up on this rat and see if we can do some damage here. I'm going to use it by pressing the 1 key. 10 damage dealt. That's what you get, but I think we can only use those once per battle. There's multiple T's in the word battle, so I figured I would call it battle. On this side, we've got another crate. It's going to have mana potions inside of it. That actually didn't cost us mana when we utilized that skill, so I think we're in good shape. I'm going to pop a potion right now. Delicious potion going down my throat. I hope it's strawberry flavor. Given what I know about medicines, I bet it isn't. I bet it tastes like boiled ass. Just ass that's been subjected to high heat and also high humidity for far too long. We've got skill damage. We got melee. Okay. Let's see if we can run up on this guy. This guy is a wizard, and he summons a skeleton. So if I can stun him and keep him from using a skill, I think that's going to work to our advantage here. Let's go ahead and chase him down. There are no attacks of opportunity, but I think he's the last bad guy in the dungeon, so if we can kill him, we're solid. We've got the prison door key. He summons a skeleton, and that fight can actually be pretty challenging if you mess it up. Here are our prisoners. One of them is the shopkeep. If your character dies inside of a dungeon, he gets captured, and then you have to rescue him by bringing another hero in, and it changes it into a rescue mission. Ew! What kind of a slob? A, just leaves their pizza on the table and also has nasty olives on their pizza. Gross. We've got 1,000 gold. We've got like a legacy gem, which is a D20, and then we've got some armor right here. Let's go ahead and take it all. We've leveled up, so we're going to click on this little icon here. We're going to get 5 points that we can distribute as we see fit. I'm going to identify my armor first. It looks like we've got ourselves some thick leather armor. It's going to increase our endurance and our agility, which is great, and it's going to give us 2 armor. We'll go ahead and put that on, and as you can tell, they actually did not make the fundamental mistake that a lot of game designers do. They made it so that your armor actually shows up on your character so that you can feel like you're advancing. That's a major thing for me in RPGs. If your armor doesn't show up on your character, I hate your game automatically. I just hate your game automatically. It doesn't matter how good it is. We'll give him some strength so that our damage goes up by 2, and then we'll pile on some health. I like to have a little bit of extra health there. And so there we go. Let's get on up and out of here. We rescued our little friend. He's actually going to go to our tavern so that we can buy stuff from him from here on out. And we'll go to the next dungeon. So there it is. He's chilling by the door. Out we go. And that's our first dungeon. We are a successful hero. We've managed to make ourselves about 175 crowns. We've got 2 XP for winning. We get to pick a reward, an armor, a weapon, or a gem. Gems are used for leveling up. Armors and weapons are pretty self-explanatory. Let's go for a weapon. Let's see what we get out of our little weapon stash right here. Now, these weapons can be for any character that is currently in your harem or your docket of characters. So when I click on this, I might get a staff for a mage. I might get a super badass sword for a paladin. You don't know. It could be for just about anything. And so you're not going to guarantee that you're going to get gear for your currently active character. But what you can do is you can use it to kind of develop your other characters who are just chilling inside the tavern right now. Going back to the tavern, I'm going to show you some of the super secret stuff we have available. So we've got the Gem Forge. The Gem Forge makes it, I don't know what the Legacy Forge exactly does. It's not explained super well. All that I know is over in this spot, you can actually give people legacy levels. And I think that those travel, like it's like a stat increase that travels in between your playthroughs as you play and beat the game or something like that. For example, I've put 1 on the Paladin right now. So I assume the Paladin gets some kind of bonus to their stats for using this. Alternatively, I should be able to dump this one onto somebody too. I'll probably put it on the Warrior. So there it is. We've given a fundamental like legacy stat increase to our Warrior. I don't know. I can check his stats real fast. Then we can see what he's got going on. His stat sheet should be around somewhere. I don't know. I think if we like click him or like right click him or something. Maybe not. But we've got our backpack over here. There it is. Oh, it gives you a free stat point to distribute. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So when we play the game again, our character will have a free stat point. We'll throw that into strength so we hit a little bit harder and our crit goes up because he is a warrior. Let's open up our sealed weapon casket. We've got a shuriken, which is for, I don't know who uses shurikens. I would assume it would be the rogue or maybe like a wizard or like an archer or something like that. Alternatively, we've also got our achievements, which are lined up on one side. Oh my god, that opened up a Steam browser. On this side of the map, we've got ourselves our achievements, we've got our skill book, so you can actually level up people's skills. So as you beat dungeons, you get colored gems. They're like red and blue and purple and whatnot. You can apply them to your characters so that their skills will get stronger. So for example, our warrior has, let's go, where's our warrior at here? Our warrior's got to be around somewhere. We'll click on our warrior. Our physical skills are up here. We could level up weapon strike if we wanted to, if we had enough gems to do it. Or we could level up bleeding strike or bear trap or any of the rogue abilities. Basically, these are sorted out by their element and the gems that they require in order to level them up. We've got the forge. The forge allows us to repair our stuff, which I am going to do right now. We've got our stash. So if we wanted to spend 1,000, we could buy stash space, and then we could transfer items in between our characters as they go on different quests. We've got our trader over here, so we can buy stuff from him. My recommendation would be that maybe we go in on some armor or something like that. We've got a little bit of cash right now. You can also buy gems from him. You can buy food. I will actually buy a couple of strawberries and a couple of potions, so we got a better chance of making it through our next dungeon. Aside from that, I don't know what that costs, 200. Let's get a sealed uncommon armor. We'll just gamble a little bit. It's actually a shield, and so that's good for our character. Fantastic. We'll go to our backpack very quickly, and we will put the new shield on him. And it looks like this shield gives us a boost to agility. It's made our agility slightly stronger. Gives us a better dodge chance and whatnot, so probably not the worst investment. We'll go back into our world map. We got to make some money. We got to do some dungeon stuff. We got to rescue prisoners inside of this dungeon. So let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can liberate somebody from their bondage, unless they're really into that. If that's kind of their kink, I'm not going to shame them on it. It is what it is. Different people like different stuff. Our random modifier is going to be, we get 1 extra move. Now, I don't know if the enemies benefit from that, too. I'm going to hope and say that, no, they don't benefit from that. It might be for us. It might be for them. I get the feeling we're about to find out. There's our ratty-tatty little friend over here. I'm going to get him with a strike for 17. Not a bad hit, all things considered. Took a little bit of a chewing on right there. We got gnawed on ever so slightly. Can I sleep in the bed? I can't sleep in the bed. Probably ill-advised to sleep inside of a dungeon anyways, unless you're really, really desperate for some of them sweet HPs. Inside this place, it looks like we've got a barricade or something. We've got 2 critters inside of here. We've got a weapon table that I am actually quite infatuated with. I would love to get a new weapon, so let's fight this rat very quickly. Oh, he dodged our attack. Sneaky little bastard. Alright, so, he dodged twice. So the rat is down, and now we've got a slime to deal with. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to mess with this table. We got ourselves a staff, which is for the mage character. He's going to try and run up on us. We're going to give him a nice little stab right there. But we are going to take some damage, unfortunately. I'm going to give him a shield bash to make sure he doesn't cast that little stink fart cloud on me, because I don't want to get farted on today. It just adds insult to injury. I'm already an adventurer that's doing a job that nobody else wants to do. If I get farted on in the process, I'm just going to be like, man, forget this job. I quit. I'm going to use a strawberry right there, and I'm going to stack that up so that I regenerate a little bit while I'm walking around the dungeon. Get a tiny bit of health back over the next 10 turns or so. Got a nice little loot back right here. We'll go ahead and check this out. Looks like we got another slime on this side. Luckily, we still got our buff going on, so we should be regenerating a little bit. Maybe we do. Ooh, we critted for 24. Man, what a hit. What a massive blow that we've managed to deal to the enemies. If you've played a game before, this game very much follows the same mantra as a lot of D&D type RPGs. The mages do start out a lot weaker than the physical characters, but over time they end up with a lot more utility spells and a lot of things that they can do that the melee characters simply can't. So their toolkit becomes much more refined than the warriors as you get further into the game. They get a little bit more interesting, and they've got a few extra tricks they can actually throw out of their sleeve if they really need to. Inside this room, we've got a rat who's just hanging out doing rat stuff. We got an armor rack right there. Oh, you're going to dodge my attack like that? Why you got to be like that, man? Just let me stab you to death and stop resisting the inevitable. You are level 1 fodder for my character. We've got armor right here. We got a helmet. So let's take a look, and we'll see what this helmet do for us. This helmet it's a broken bronze helmet that requires level 3. We're not quite at level 3 yet, so unfortunately that's not going to be a piece of equipment that is immediately useful. I'm going to use a health potion very quickly, just in case we come across something nasty down here in the depths of the dungeon. We have a slime inside of this room. There's also a spike pit over here. I'm going to fall back and see if I can get him to step on the spike pit, actually. He's going to fart right there. Aw, did he get hit by the spike pit, or did he run right over the top of it? Man, I was hoping he was going to get spiked, but I guess slimes are immune to getting spiked, unfortunately. Slimes are just immune with that one. Ooh, we kind of got low HP right now. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm bleeding out my booty hole. It's never a good thing when you're bleeding out your booty hole in the middle of a dungeon. Anal bleeding is something that I try to keep to a minimum whenever I adventure, wherever I do roam. When I choose to be a wild rover for many's the year and spend all my money on whiskey and beer, I prefer that my anus not end up bleeding at any point. Just a little caveat. I mean, if that's going to be included in the interview for the job, I'm going to pass on that particular realm of employment. I don't want to see a proctologist that frequently. Inside of here, we've got ourselves a whole bunch of skill gems and a strawberry, which I'm going to eat right now. So there it is. Eat that strawberry. We haven't hit level 3 yet, so we're not going to be able to use that helmet. We should get some nice little bits of regeneration in here. Final room I'm expecting to be kind of nasty. So we got a rat right there. I'm going to scooch on back so I don't have to mess around with rats or nothing. Oh, that actually took me out of combat. Let me rotate my camera slightly. I'm going to move to here and then to here, just to keep myself safe from that other rat in case he decides to get some ideas and come try to do battle with me. We got there's another rat over here. Them battle rats, bro. Battle rats, those hardcore street rats that are out there fighting cats and pigeons and shit all day, every day. Big hit right there. We'll go ahead and take him out. And that was actually pretty much no challenge for our character. We don't have a key to the... Oh, we do have a key to the dungeon door. Hey, let's get out of this dungeon. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're some kind of like Amish person that lives under the ground. Some kind of subterranean dwarvish Amish Quaker or something like that. But hell, is there a map for this place? Oh, there is. Is there anywhere I haven't been yet? Actually, yeah, it looks like there is. So if we go to our west, and I don't think I have a camera right now. Where is... Does it say which way I'm facing? That seems about right. There's a door over here that we haven't been inside of, and I want treasure, so... Ow, I stepped on fart gas. My bad. Didn't mean to step on fart gas, but when we adventure, we do it right out here. So we've got a slime over on this side. Let's go ahead and fight him. I'm going to battle him for his beer keg. That's right. The victory of the keg shall be mine, and I shall throw a party after your demise, slime. A super awesome... Ooh, 5 strawberries inside that one. That's pretty good loot, because those are worth like 100 gold a pop. Those things are expensive. Let's get some health back for a couple of turns. Don't think I'm going to need that much health, but if there's any fun stuff back here in the dungeon, any dungeon funyuns, I want to be able to find those funyuns in the dungeon. There we go. Get him up out of the way. And we've got a weapon table, which actually has like a real sword on it. Let's have a look at that. That's going to be a level 3 sword, a revolting wooden sword. Lowers our agility, but we gain strength. And then we've also got an average bronze shield. I will probably be all on board for equipping that stuff in just a moment. And it looks like right here we've got a loop back to a previous location in the dungeon, which I think is actually where we started from. Yay or nay? Yeah, it seems like this is where we started from. Is there anything in here? Sorry, I'm a completionist. I gotta get the whole dungeon. If I don't do the whole dungeon, I feel like I'm slacking as an adventurer. I feel like I'm doing a bad job. I don't want to get fart gassed on, so I'm going to block his attacks for 2 turns with shield bash. And then in here, oh, there's a treasure chest in here. I'm glad we came in here. Treasure chest. We got some fire gems, which is great, and a little bit of gold. I don't want to, ow. Traveling can be a little bit cumbersome sometimes in this game. Occasionally they step on things you don't want them to step on. I think our dungeon's to the south, or our dungeon exit is to the south. I'm thinking. Yes, it is. So we need to go to the south right now. I do like the way that the map and everything doesn't reorient to, like, suit your concerns. That's actually a nice thing about it, is that the game, it forces you to orient and kind of dungeoneer your way through. We've managed to rescue this peasant, and it looks like we got most of the treasures and some of the monsters. It looks like we lost an area in here. I'm going to go ahead and take a... Let's take a skill gem. Skill gem. We're going to get some skills leveled up and see if we can do better. Red gems? I don't know. We'll find out when we crack that box open in just a moment. So there we go. Having completed the dungeon, we should be able to go over to here. Your characters can be at different phases of their quest. So, like, you can focus on one character and level him up the entire time, or you can kind of spread the love around a little bit. Did he get enough XP to hit level 3? God, he's so close. I just want him to hit level 3. Let's go to our skill book then, and let's see what we can accomplish here. So if I can upgrade... Do I not have those gems? I thought I had gems. I thought I had them. No, I don't want her. I want him. There we go. This guy's got skill gems. Oh, and it also applies XP to your weapon strikes and whatnot. That's pretty cool. Okay, and I can't upgrade it until I think we've actually used that enough to gain enough XP to level it. Oh, that's kind of an interesting mechanic that I didn't even realize existed. All right. Cool stuff. We're probably going to jump straight back into the dungeon. Let me open that real quick. What the hell is that? A water gem? Gives me water resist. So do I just carry that with me? Oh, cool. It makes me, like, shielded versus water. Pretty cool stuff. We'll go back over to our trader and we'll sell off some of this excess loot that we got laying around. So I'll keep the shuriken so that when I get, like, combined inventory space, I can use that and kind of diversify ourselves a little bit as far as things go. I could afford a sealed rare armor right now. Let's do it. I'm a gambler. Let's do this thing. We got ourselves a cloth armor of Odin. Gives you luck and agility, and it's got a lot of durability, and it also gives you as much armor as, like, what we've already got equipped, actually, weirdly enough. If I jump into here, I think that's as good as our leather armor. Yeah, but it doesn't give us as good as stats. It sells for a decent amount, though. I'll probably actually put that into shared storage and give it to somebody else. Let's jump into another dungeon. So we got to rescue prisoners in here as well. I thought that was going to diversify a little bit and change up, like, what you were supposed to be able to do. Like, different objectives and whatnot. Disarm the bomb and CSGO type things like that. We got increased damage done by air skills again, so I'll take it. And it looks like it actually... Oh, it stacks those. Okay, so we got a gem. Aw, you dumb bastard. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to me? All I wanted for you was to not step on fart gas today, and instead, you're in here just inhaling the ammonia and just enjoying it the entire time. Big old crit right there. That thing looks like it summoned some enemies to mess with us. Oh, good. We've been afeared. Okay, well, I'll step back in then. That skill's on cooldown. So I guess we won't do that then. We'll just attack him normally. Luckily, he can't attack us from diagonals, so he's kind of screwed himself over here by fearing us back into the depths of the dungeon. Ooh, this guy hits kind of hard. This guy's a little bit scary. This guy's got chops. I can only hope that that other eyeball doesn't add into this problem. So there we go. We've gotten rid of him. We'll start doing a little damage to this guy. And so there it is. He's been eliminated from our way. I need health very badly. I'm going to go ahead and use some of these strawberries just to get myself all nice and tuned back up. On this side, we've got a few more gems that hopefully I can excavate from this place. A little bit of a buff left from our strawberries. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to block his skill this time now that I know that he's a summoner. It looks like we're getting double attacks now. I don't know how that works, but hell, he's dead now. And if you kill the thing that summoned the other thing, it kills the thing that got summoned too. So it's usually a pretty good idea to focus fire on some of the enemies that use a lot of summoning abilities. I leveled up, so I should be able to use some of this new gear now too. I'm going to go ahead and level up. We'll go... You know what? YOLO it. I'm going all strength. Let's do it. We're going to get strength for days. Then we're going to put on a helmet, a goofy looking ass helmet. We've got that. We've got a new blade that we're leaving poking right now. We're doing like 22 damage a swing. We're going to be hurting dudes right now. We're going to be getting here causing like drama. There we go. 16 damage right there. Ooh, 52 on that crit. You saw that happen first here at the Nerd Castle. People getting rolled on and skilled on and whatnot. I think the little aesthetic that this game has going on is probably going to be one of the biggest attractors for people. Yeah, the game is really pretty to look at. I love the way that it's actually presented to the player. It's a simple game, but at the same time, it's fun in its own way. We can't leave until we get to the dungeon objectives, so let's go ahead and see if we can find this prisoner before we go any further in. I don't think we're going to be able to leave until we do. I'm going to try and get in back here, but I don't know what some of these enemies are. So I go to here. We'll shield bash him. Oh my good sweet lord. We've been preempted. Alright, so you're now dead. He steps on fart gas and then gets stabbed. And so I think we can all agree he's not really having like a banner day at work. We eliminate those enemies. XP's looking good. We can't rest in any of the beds or do anything. Is there a door down here? Oh, there is. Okay, so let's go through this door just to have a little bit of a look-see. There it is. And so on this side, we're going to do the same thing to this guy. Shield bash him so he can't summon. Oh, he's summoned anyways. This is going to be hurtful. This is not going to feel good. Also, we've been feared, so that's going to be fun to deal with. It looks like focusing on your character's strength, like strength, literally focusing on your character's strength is probably a good idea. He's going to try and flank around behind me. We can hopefully get this guy stabbed up before he can... I got feared into the gas. Shitty. We'll go ahead and put some paint on him. He'll close the gap. We'll kill him off so the summon goes away. We'll start thinking about the ways we want to get ourselves healed here. We've got a water, which is basically like a light mana potion. It's the equivalent of a strawberry. It makes you slowly heal for a small amount. Actually, we're back on healing potions now, which is a bit of a bummer. I didn't really want to use healing potions right now, but you know, I'll be backed into a corner about it if I don't start doing it now. So I can live with it. I'm not going to be that upset. Down this way in the dungeon. We got an enemy right here. We'll go ahead and shield bash him so he can't summon nothing. We're getting feared, so we're going to run out of the room. But he's going to mess up his friend's strategy by charging us. And we are going to stab him to death as soon as possible so that we don't get any summons. We'll also stab you to death. Oh, it looks like if they're pinned, they can't actually summon anything. So that's 2 more kills up and out of the way. They made it easy for us. No harm, no foul. I will never complain about monsters making my job easy via being stupid. Fine by me. Inside this area, what have I missed out on? So the exit is on my right. It looks like that means I've got to go back to the west this way. Ow, after stepping on fart gas. And it looks like there was a door that I missed down and in here. Yes, to the south, it would appear. Hold on, let me reorient so this is facing the right way. So we're trying to get this to go the right way. There we go. Perfect. I'm not trying to say there's a wrong way or a right way, but I'm just trying to get myself situated so I can dungeon adventure properly. Rezrog. Pretty sweet little game, though. I mean, it's a simple game in what it's trying to do, but it's also a fun game. And when you're playing video games, that's kind of all that matters, right? Is how fun is it? It doesn't matter if the game is particularly, like, unique or, you know, trying to do new things or anything like that. If it's legitimately entertaining, I think the prevalence of, like, Metroidvanias and platformers, even though it's been done to death, definitely shows that, like, if you've got an idea and you want to make a game out of it and it's fun, you can make some allowances for the fact that maybe, you know, it's not the most complicated or interesting game. I'm going to go back this way, and this guy can just follow me over here. There we go. I don't want to step into his fart gas if I can help it. There, he's up and out of the way. A little bit more XP. Oh, we leveled up to 4. Good. Well, since we've leveled up to 4, I'm going to start dropping 2 for 3 endurance versus agility here, just because I want to have a little bit more. Want to have a little bit more of a chin on me for when I'm getting hit. Is that a treasure chest? Nope, those are like bales of hay or something. Who knows who keeps bringing this shit down into a dungeon? Why do you need hay bales down in the dungeon? Maybe it's what the monsters eat. Maybe they're not carnivorous. Maybe they're just like grumpy. Oh my god, a mosquito just landed on my face. That was terrifying. I don't even know what to say about that. I'm in the middle of a video right now, punching myself in the nose, trying to get this mosquito the hell away from me. Just landed on my nose and tried to take a drag, and I'm like, nah, man, you're gonna smoke my nose right now. You better get up out of here. Go ahead and murder this dude. There we go. And there it is. We've managed to rescue, I think, the summoner. Sometimes there's like treasure chests and stuff inside the little dungeon rooms, so probably check for those. But other than that, have we hit the whole dungeon? Is everything finished here? It looks like we've got 100% completion. I should have an item that allows me to leave immediately, I think. Yeah, there we go. It takes you to the nearest exit so that you can get the hell on out once you've completed the objective. And if you feel like you've done everything, bam, bam, bomb, perfect dungeon. Got paid 437 gold for it. And then I'm going to take a weapon as a reward. I think something nice and stabby is what's going to get my jollies off today. So there it is. This game is called Rezrog. If you wanted to get it for yourself, I have a link for you down below. It probably won't be active at the time this video goes live, simply based on the fact that the game is not out yet. But if you end up liking what this game showed off, add it to your wish list. Show it off. You know, it's a unique little RPG dungeon crawler. If you like RPG dungeon crawlers, I guarantee this is going to be one of those games that's going to scratch that itch for you. Aside from that, my name is Splattercat. I show off indie games every single day here at the Nerd Castle. I hope you liked this video. If not, well, I'll try better tomorrow with a different video. Hi to everybody, and I will see you all in whatever comes next. Don't forget to check out the Patreon if you wanted to support me through there and get some bonuses like Discord servers and whatnot. Other than that, I got nothing else to say. Hi to everybody. I'll see you next time.